Hi, I'm Cookies here, I think, and I just returned from my family's cabin, and now I have a whole lot of juicy gossip that I'm gonna spill. Before we start, I want to mention in my last video about this, I only brought up 2 family members. Let's just say I got the memo that the rest of them weren't too pleased about that, so I'll try to do better this year. Another thing is, I broke my nose a week or 2 before we went. I'll make a video on that soon, maybe. And the last thing is, this cabin's really fun to go to, and I love telling stories from it, so this probably won't be the last video talking about it. And I don't care if you say I'm milking it. Joke's on you. My mommy says I need to grow up with strong bones anyway, so ha! I'm gonna start off by giving you guys some context. Something you should know is most of my family likes to play poker. Most being like 6 of us. Then again, there are 12, so that's like about half. My uncle brought his set, and every other night we would play a game. In total, we played 4 games this year. My younger cousin Jonah played all the games, but he made one foul mistake. He always put money in with bad cards. Like his amazing hand, 2 and a 3. This led to him having little to no chips, then going all in with nothing, and losing it all in a matter of minutes. This didn't happen once, though. Not twice. Not even 3 times. Jonah was the first one out all 4 games we played. All I have to say is, get good, loser. Better luck next time. And then I got out shortly after. Another thing that happened was we taught my grandma how to play poker. She only played 1 game, but she outlasted a couple of us. Jonah! Eventually, she went all in with a dud hand because she wanted to go to bed. So, I guess my grandma's gambling streak ends here. One of my aunts, let's call her pre-K teacher. Coincidentally, she's a pre-K teacher. She also joined in on the poker games. One time, she had 1 white chip left, which was the lowest currency out of all the chips. Everyone thought she was done for. To her luck, she managed to climb up the ranks and eventually win all the chips. So if you ever want to have her teach your kid, at conferences, she'll most likely mention the game she went from chip to chair. Let's move on from poker now. My youngest cousin is getting bored. Speaking of him, we'll call him Teddy. Also because he hauls around a teddy bear. Also named Teddy. So Teddy is what you might think of when you imagine a little kid. 3 feet tall, missing teeth because they all fell out, and a car battery attached to his brain because I've never seen him not running around. He came out of the womb with an energy drink in his hand. The kid is an energy powerhouse. This year in particular, he found a new passion in kicking men in the no-no square. And I can only imagine he learned that from his father. That was a joke. Please don't hurt me. I'm sorry. Anyways, Teddy has a Spider-Man fishing rod, which I won't say is very small and made for kids, but I'm not saying that. On one of the first days, nobody was able to catch a bass or anything above average. For a while, it was just sunnies or smaller fish. But on the fishing pontoon ride, Teddy managed to catch a medium-sized bass on his Spider-Man fishing rod. Remember, he's the smallest person out of all of us, and he caught the first bass. He really showed us all who were late to the bass catching party. And also, my cousin Arlo caught a pike later, so wahoo! Yawn, moving on. My other aunt, who I haven't mentioned yet, let's call her 9 because she has 9 fingers. She's really into this mobile game called Township, so she very politely invited us to play the game with her. Wait, I read that wrong. She very politely forced us to play with her. That was also a joke. I'm sorry, I was kidding. Now, I'm not going to say she got me hooked, but I am still playing every day, and I can't stop. Speaking of her, my cousin Arlo and 9 decided to do a cookie competition. They both made a batch of cookies and made everyone try to see which one was better. I tried both, and they were both pretty good. Arlo's cookies technically weren't a cookie and more of a crunch-type dessert, but they were a little bit better. I still liked my aunt's cookies, too. They were delicious. Yeah. My other uncle, who likes to fish, so we'll call him Foot. Not in a weird way. He recently had foot surgery, so his foot was in a special boot so it could heal. I'm not sure when, but I remember him mentioning something smelt good at one point. If you've been paying attention, you'd know I have a broken nose. After that comment, I made a joke that we should go play soccer. Lucky for me, he laughed it off, because if he wanted to crush me, he definitely could. We played this game called Kids vs. Maturity, and it's hard to explain everything that happened, but I'll just say as a reference, how did John Cena not win? So, thanks for that one, Grandma. Last year, I mentioned how me and 2 of my cousins stayed in the bunkhouse, but this year it went up to 3. Thankfully, they all gave me permission to name drop them, so here we go. My cousin Ella lives at with Arlo, and then my cousin Jonah, he lives at with Teddy. In the bunkhouse, we had a lot of funny moments and shenanigans, but who wants to hear about having fun? Let me tell you about the moment that made me the most annoyed. My older cousin Ella has an alarm for something outside of the cabin. She forgot to turn it off the previous night. I also take a brand of medicine that helps me fall asleep, but my cousins insisted they needed some of it, and they called it drugs as well. I'm animating this scene like 3 weeks after recording it, and the way I said it sounded like it was prescribed or something, but it's just like a teen brand melatonin, so it's fine. I would never feed my family drugs that they know about, so we're all good here, moving on. Anyways, in the morning, her duck alarm started blaring and it woke me up, and it went on for 30 minutes. Later, when she woke us up, I told her about it and she didn't even hear it, and it was under her pillow. Apparently, the sleeping drugs made her heavy sleeping even worse, so I had to suffer from her mistakes. As an amazing cousin, I want to commemorate all the amazing jokes and gags we had over the vacation. This one goes out to my cousins and my family. 6, 7, 7, 8, Gee, 10 more feet, the Pen 15 Club, Airball, Joner, Armpit Hair, the Big 2-5, and how could I forget?
I'm 4 years old.
You are the youngest person ever.
If that made no sense, it's your fault and not mine at all. And that's the family vacation video of the year. Will there be one next year? Who knows? If you couldn't tell already, my family is very cool. There are so many other stories, but I didn't want this video to be 30 minutes long, because I want it to come out sooner than later. Let me know if you want more videos like these, and I'll see you guys later.
It is time to hear you sing.